Hello guys, welcome to ScholarshipTab. We have a juicy scholarship opportunity for you, which is the Portugal Government Scholarship, and it's a fully funded scholarship. So now in this video, I'll be talking about the benefits, the requirements, and how to apply. But before we dive into this video, I would love you to like, to share, and to subscribe, and also to turn on your notification bell. Let's dive in. All right, the first thing you have to do is to come to your browser here and then search for ScholarshipTab. ScholarshipTab. Right, okay. So we are looking for the Portugal Government Scholarship. Yeah, Portugal Government Scholarship. So you come to this place here and then you search for Portugal. Yes, so this is it here. Portugal Government Scholarship 2027. Then you click on it. All right. This is it over here. So we are looking at this Portugal Government Scholarship for 2027. The government of Portugal offers financial support to eligible students enrolled in approved higher education institutions. This assistance may include tuition fee coverage, accommodation support, and other benefits. International students who meet the required eligibility criteria may also apply after securing admission and completing enrollment at a recognized institution. So these are the table of contents what we'll be looking through. All right. So now, country of study, as you can see over here, is Portugal, right? And this scholarship, the deadline for this scholarship is 30th of September 2026, which is this year. Are you with me? And the scholarship is open for both male and female, man and woman, right? So irrespective of your gender, you can apply for this scholarship. So let's look at the aim and benefits of this scholarship. So this here is a full tuition fee coverage. So it shows that it covers your tuition fee. Your school fees are covered, right? Second on our list here is monthly stipend of up to 1,250 euro. So you'll be given 1,250 euro for monthly stipends. So every month, the government will be giving you 1,250 euro every month for your stipends. So whatever you want to do with the money is not left for you, right? You can decide to use it for something, anything you just want to use the money for. So next on our list here is the financial support for living expenses. So you will have a financial support for living expenses since you are undergoing that scholarship process. So let's look at the fourth one here. Okay, so the fourth one here is access to leading Portuguese university. So you'll be given an access to the top Portuguese university for you to gain entrance to the school. Probably you just want to go there for research work and other things that will be beneficial for your studying. They can grant you the access, to those universities. So next on our list is opportunity to study in English or Portuguese. If you want to learn Portuguese, you are allowed to learn it, right? They have that flexibility to learn either English or Portuguese, which is your choice. So the last one here is academic and research opportunities. I know most of us, we love to do research. Like myself, I love to carry out research. So now they are trying to say that you have access to carry out research anywhere, any research you want to carry out. You are not limited to the particular research you want to carry out in as much as a research. So you are eligible to carry out that. So let's look at the requirements for the Portugal Government Scholarship. As you can see, this is it here. The requirements. First on our list, open to students of all nationalities. That is all the country, all over the world, right? All the countries are eligible for this scholarship. You understand? Either you are from Ghana, you are from Nigeria, and anywhere you find yourself, right? So you are eligible for this scholarship. The next on our list here is bachelor's applicants must have completed secondary school education. bachelor applicants must have completed secondary school application education. I meant to say, sorry. So you must have completed your secondary school education. Is very important, and for them to lay more emphasis on this, that means they might even ask you for some of those documents to just for them to be sure that you truly went through secondary school. So that's one of their requirements. The third one here is that master's applicants must hold a recognized bachelor degree. This is so funny. Earlier on, we talked about bachelor applicants must do what? Must have completed secondary school. And now for master applicants, must hold a recognized bachelor degree. That is your undergraduate. You as a master student that you're applying for this scholarship, you must have completed your undergraduate, be it your BSc or what have you. So they will need that also. So let's go to the next one here. PhD applicants must hold a relevant master degree. As you can see over here, they are following themselves, right? So you as a PhD applicant, you must have a master degree. It's part of their requirements. If you are applying as a PhD student, so you must have a master degree at hand. Let's look at the next one. Must meet the admission requirements of the selected university and program. So the university meets their requirements. You know, the scholarship on its own, they have their own requirements. The school also have their own requirements. So you must meet both of them. So most importantly, you must also meet the school. Aside from meeting the scholarship requirements, you must also meet the university requirements. It's very important. And let's go to the next one. Must provide proof of English or Portuguese language proficiency. So you know we spoke about English and Portuguese, opportunity to study it. So now for the requirements over here, you must provide a proof of English or Portuguese language. It's very important. And last on our list here is must submit a complete scholarship application before the deadline. And you remember I said the deadline is when? 30th of September 2026. So you must submit your application form before the deadline. It's very important. All right. So the next thing for you to do is to come to this place, how to apply. Don't click on this first link. You come to this down one here. For more information, kindly visit. You click this one, the Portugal Government Scholarship webpage. So let's click on it. All right. So you can see here, they are showing us Portuguese language. All right. So, okay, you can see over here, applying for a scholarship for higher education. So the first thing you need to look out for is just to scroll down and come to this how to. Let's click on this how to. Application for this scholarship can only be made online. During the application process, you will need to upload some documents, right? So you will need to upload those documents when you click on here, right? So you will need some vital documents that is being required either from the university or the scholarship body, and you need to upload them here. You will need it. All right, so if you have any question, right, like I said earlier, you just come to this place, click on this link. So any thing you want to ask, anything bothering you, you just have to pen down your concerns. So let's look at this. If you apply for this scholarship in a previous year, use the same credential used in previous years. If you don't remember them, you can retrieve your username. So they are saying here that if you have applied for this particular scholarship, let's say last year, and you were not given, right? So instead of repeating the same process all over again, you can retrieve your information on their dashboard, right? That's what they're trying to say over here. All right, so you come to this place here just to get your credentials if you've applied before for this particular scholarship. So no need for you to start all over again, putting your credential there. You understand? So If you applied for higher education this year, if you stated in your higher education application that you wanted to apply for a scholarship, use the link that was sent to you by email in the application receipt notification. Okay, so let's come to this place here. All right, so you come to this, how much does it cost? You click here. So you can see here it's free, doesn't cost anything. So just come to this apply online and click on it. So when you click on this apply online, it will bring us to this form. As you can see here, you will need to convert. For some of us, right, it's in Portuguese, but you have to convert to English so you understand what they are trying to say. You understand? So you just come here and input your details, and then you apply for the scholarship. So in your reserved area, you can do all this in your application form, your application, consultation and submission of documents, process status inquiry, check the results of your application, opposition to or complaints about the results, payment inquiry, contact lists, updating personal data, keyword change. You can do all this as a result of your application process. You can do all of this. So before starting to fill out the application, we advise you consult the application guide. It's very important that you check the application guide. So you can do that during your leisure. So let's look at the Superior Program. The application period for the Superior Mobility Grant runs from June 25th to September 30th of this year. Application can also be submitted until May 31st of the following year, in which case a proportional grant will be awarded based on the application date. So it's very important that you even apply early. This is what I'm trying to say here. They are saying from June 25th to September 30th, right? Because the deadline, like I said earlier, the deadline is on the 30th of September 2026. So next year is access credentials for the restricted area. If you have applied for a scholarship in previous years, use the credentials, your surname and password that were assigned to you. If you do not have them, you can retrieve them here. I explained earlier that if you have applied for this particular scholarship last year and you were not opportune to be given the scholarship, so there's no point of you creating a new document, right? A new application. You can still use your former one, your username and your passcode to access this particular scholarship for this year again. But for people starting out freshly, that this is their first time for applying, they need to create their own personal data for it. So you will need to click here to retrieve them. That is, if you don't have them anymore, you just click to this place here for you to just retrieve them. If you are a candidate for the National Access Competition and have stated that you intend to apply for a scholarship, you should use the link that was sent to you by email in the notification of receipt of application for the National Access Competition. If the link does not work, or if you have not received the credential to access the scholarship application, click here. So you can also click here if you have not received the scholarship application. You can click this place here. Okay, like I said, our deadline is September 30th, 2026. Tada! We've come to the end of this scholarship video, but I would like you to submit your application form before the deadline of the scholarship. So before we go, I'd love you to subscribe, to like, and to hit on the notification bell. Bye!